Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy. We're back with Day 3, Episode 3 of $1 a Day Raid. Today is going to be a bit of a shorter video. We're just going to do a discussion one. And it is going to be why we are going to pull shards early on in the game, why you should do this. We're rank 25. I'd say you probably want to be pulling shards up until you've got a roster of about 20 or 30 units that you're happy with. So just by way of a little bit of an update with our account, we have got Kale, which was our starter, up to 40. We've got Tyrell, which we got with a login bonus for downloading the game, up to 40. We pulled a Void Shard and got Dilgol. We've got him up to 40. We got Geomancer out of a Sacred. We've got him to 40. Mark has come out of an Ancient Shard. We're going to put her up to 40 soon. Everybody gets War Priest. And other than that, interesting units we've picked up. Corpulent Cadaver is probably worth building to 40. Same for Crimson Slayer. And then in the campaign, we've picked up Greybeard. He is definitely worth a build. That's something we're going to work on. He's a good unit. Sanctum Protector, again, we've pulled him out of a Mystery Shard, actually. He's going to be handy because he does AoE increased defense. Only the small version, but he is Sacred Order. And for Faction Wars, we know we're going to be building a couple of Armigers, obviously to help out now. Basically, the reason we want to pull shards is because at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorceress is worth a build as well, up to 49, 10, 11. So we've got 11 champs that we're fairly happy with. We know at the moment there is obviously the login bonus for the Alexander. So we're going to get a legendary in a few days. So he's like number 12. If we have a little look at the campaign, we know there are units worth picking up here as well. So we can get War Maiden's normally the one that you want to pick up for AoE decreased defense. Shield Guard is also available on the same level in the campaign. Again, he's an excellent unit. We'll probably pick up a couple of copies of him. Greybeard is worth picking up. And Templar is also worth picking up. So my goal at the moment is to get to here on hard to build up a little bit of 4-star speed gear. None of these champions really are terribly worth it. Elfguard is probably the best. You can do some stuff with the Heiress. I probably wouldn't bother. We know we can get Templar. So let's say he's going to be champ 13. We're going to do champ 14. It's going to be Shield Guard. 15 is going to be War Maiden. We might do Berserker. He's decent, so that's maybe 16. We know we can do out an Executioner. For 18, he's a decentish champion. For obviously just for a kind of starting account. 19, we can definitely get Diabolist. She's good support champ. So we're not getting too far away at the moment. Also worth a build is going to be Spirit Host, probably only up to 40. Should be kind of useful in arena. So we're not too far off having like the 30 units available, but we don't have them as of yet. Now again, in the market, we're looking out for Armiger, we're looking out for Shield Guard, are basically the kind of two. Now you can also do Zephyr Sniper. She's a decent unit worth building out if you get her. So, we're not too far off potentially having 20 champs. Obviously, we've got to go through and collect them, but we do want more because at the moment, it is just about building this roster. There's lots of things that you need. You need AoE decreased defense. You need buff strip, buff steel for the magic keep. You need heal reduction for Fire Knight and for the green crypt. You need speed up, you need turn meter boost, you need turn meter decrease, you need decreased speed on the enemy, you need attack up, you need attack down. There's lots of things that you can do, and the more champions you have, the more ability you have to build little teams, because the goal to start off with is obviously to get to the brutal campaign. That's going to be based on 1 or 2 strong champions. That's fine. But you also need to be progressing in all of these dungeons. You need to be getting 5-star gear, in my opinion, as soon as possible. So that means building teams that can get you up to, I think, stage 10 is when you start getting 4-star gear. So you get rid of the 3-star and you only get 4-star. And then obviously it's going to be quite a while till you get to stage 20, which is only the 5-star gear. But initially, first goal is to get to kind of stage 7, because you can start to get 5-star gear then. Stage 10 is another biggie, because then you start getting 3-star gear, and 4-star, speed boots, things like that will do you okay. You want to progress through all of these crypts. You want to progress through Minotaur. Spider is a very difficult dungeon. You need AoE HP burn at a certain point for that. Fire Knight is a very difficult dungeon. You need multi-hitters for that. So realistically, what I'm getting at is to progress through all these things, you need a good pool of champions so you can build your teams, you can build your synergy. So with that in mind, that is why I recommend opening all your shards that you get hold of in the first kind of week or 2 of the game. Arbalasta, she's not very good, but she is used in a fusion, I think, for Broadmoor. So not too bad. She does have put skills on cooldown. This can be quite powerful. If you built her out for arena, you could have 100% chance to put 1 unit skills on cooldown. I wouldn't build her. I don't think she's worth it. So that's a bit of a bad pull. But if we do go over to the fusion tab, we skip having to do this basically, which saves us a bunch of time. So we've only got to get her up to 30. We've also pulled this guy out of a void shard, so we're kind of there with those 2. These 2 we can get fragments in the bazaar, I think, once we get to level 35 and get Tag Arena unlocked. So that's not bad. Broadmoor is a good void epic. He is worth building, certainly to 50, I think. Right, let's see if we have better luck in the ancient shards. See who we're going to get. Channeler, I think this guy is not too good. He does have heal reduction though, so that is something we are looking for. It's pretty low chance, 25%. You're not going to spend any bucks on this guy. 50% chance stun on single target is a bit rubbish, but here we go. It places 30% increased speed on all allies for 2 turns and turn meter fill. So kind of a bit like Apothecary. So that is actually pretty decent. So he is going to be worth building to 40. The thing as well, building champs to 40 is you can always upgrade them and use them as 5-star chickens. So yeah, so actually he's decent. He is also used in a fusion as well. So we're doing quite well with these fusion pulls. Is he used in Razin? Or is it a different one? Razin, we're not doing too bad. We've got Marked, we've got Rocktooth, we've got this chick here, Penitent or something like that. There he is, yeah. So he is used. So again, we need him at 40 anyway for the fusion. He might be worth hanging on to for a bit. But let's see. Last shard of the day. Let's see who we get. Grappler. This guy, again, is probably an okay one. He's got double hit A1, which is decent for the Fire Knight. Small, weaken, 2 turns. Again, very low chance. You're probably not going to book this guy. Does have poison on his A2. Again, you're not going to book him, so you've got about a 75% chance of landing a small poison. Then we do have shield all allies, 20% of their HP for 2 turns, and also does reflect damage. So for Fire Knight, he's going to be worth building up to 40, I think, and again, spirit HP. So, case in point, really, that's a good example of, those units. You normally speaking, you'd look at them and say, well, they're not very good, but these 2 skinwalkers I think are worth building out. Once you build out Greybeard, you're then going to have 3 skinwalkers for faction wars, which is going to be pretty nice. That's going to help you out a bit as well. The other thing as well you really need to be working on early is getting through these progress missions. I've busted a load of them out because at the end of the first section you get 300 gems, which is pretty useful, and then you can start getting on to the second set for the Sacred Shard. I would always recommend trying to level somebody. So at some point we do need to do our first 6-star, which is probably going to be Tyrell. We might do Alexander. We'll kind of have to see how that goes. But initially we need some units at 50, again with the view to progressing through the dungeons. But always we always need to be leveling somebody up at some time. So what we're going to do is we're going to level Marked up. Now, we don't just want to keep all the champions that we get at all. You know, that's not going to be a winning strategy. But any that are useful, we're going to hang on to. But as we covered in the last video, I think Misericord's kit is pretty useless. I don't really like her. Adjudicator, again, I also think is pretty useless. Her kit just isn't very useful. And Rocktooth is farmable in the campaign. I also think his kit is a little bit rubbish as well. So those three are chickens. We're gonna build up Marked just so that we can make sure that we've always got somebody who we are going to be leveling. Right, let's make sure we pick the right one. Now they've got crap gear on, some of them, because we were doing the missions for equipping the support stuff, so don't worry about it. The gear is just for the bin. And then that is it. Progress mission done, and we're going to go on to the next one. Another thing to be mindful of is that we're going to have here upgrade artifacts to level 12. We're also going to have a little bit further on upgrade artifacts to level 12. What you want to really do is save these for when there are artifact enhancement events, just to kind of double dip and get the maximum benefit that you can out of these. So I know there's going to be one coming up, I think tomorrow. So I'm going to kind of stop at those points for the progress missions, because it just makes sense. You know, we may as well do the two things at the one time. So we're going to save both of those. So it starts, 23 hours. So that's something that we're going to take a little bit of a break on. But we also know that if we do have an artifact enhancement event coming up, that we do need to be farming some gear, because we are starting to build up a few more 4-star, 5-star pieces. But really, golden rule is if it's 4-star, unless it's something really good like crit rate gloves, speed boots, we don't really want to be taking it past level 8, because that's just a waste of silver. And we are slowly increasing people's 4 and 5-star gear as we go. So Geomancer's got 3 nice 5-star pieces. The HP boots, maybe we'll do those to 12, maybe not. And then other than that, we're slowly getting some 5-star pieces. Like this is a good example here. You know, double roll on defense, 5-star. You know, you'll never put a day set together because it's rubbish. But for Tyrell at the moment, you know, it's 143 defense, 4% HP, double roll, 17% on defense, and a bit of crit damage, which is just excellent. You know, these crit rate gloves, we will take those to 12. I think that probably is worth it. They will be useful to somebody at some point. But yeah, we're going to today, I think, grind a little bit of dragon, and we're also going to carry on with the campaign. We did get the campaign beaten. We were struggling at the end of the last video, but with a little bit of regearing, we did get that done. Again, we're going to wait probably until we've got a couple of 50s, and then we'll come back, mop up all of these 2-stars, and get the void shard and all the rest of the goodies as well. And then final thing to bear in mind today, I think, is going to be to make sure that we are getting these challenges done, because we do want books, because initially you're going to have lots of rare champions and some of them benefit from books quite a lot. So Kale, I think we might well leave him here. We've got no more chance of increasing his poison. We're only going to get a bit of damage out of his A2. His A3 is fully booked for the poison, so we're going to stop investing books in him. And I think we're going to start putting the books into Marked, because I think we're probably going to keep her, even though she is usable in the Razin fusion. We'll either look to get a second copy of her, or maybe if we get all the other Razin pieces, you know, we will burn her at that point. But this is the ability that we really want, which is block debuffs and increased defense on a 3-turn cooldown. If we can get those books to land there, there are plenty of other books to go in. So, you know, you just have to kind of RNG it and see where you go. And she does also have decreased defense on her A1, which is fairly decent. So she is, I think, worth putting the books into. And that's going to be the next thing that we do. We've also managed to progress on Clan Boss. So Geomancer is coming in absolutely clutch here. So we have 2 keyed the max requirement. I think we can 1 key it because Geomancer's got like reflect damage. It depends how many times you get that off. But we're going to put marked in, I think, in this slot here for the block debuffs and increased defense. See if that works a little better. But hopefully we'll be able to 1 key the easy Clan Boss, which is good because you can get skill tomes, you can get shards, you can get potions, you can get some decent gear, and then we're going to try and see if we can get 2 or 3 key to get the top chest on normal, because then we do open up the ability to get void shards and epic books and slightly better gear and a few more potions as well. So they're going to be the goals for the next couple of days. So I hope you found this video useful. I think pulling shards early and pulling shards often is going to be a good strategy. We'll probably stop, I don't know, maybe in a week, maybe in a few days. It just depends how the pulls go. But any of these missions, any of these quests, any of the little rewards along the campaign where we can get shards, we're going to try for them, because we just want to build up our roster. We could spend another gem lot on some champs, so we could get another lot of shards. That's not necessarily a bad shout at the moment. We do have enough, I think, to be getting on with in terms of builds. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 champs to be working on. So I think for the moment that's probably enough, but we may well come back and do that. For the gems, next spend's probably going to be gem mine to level 2. The other option is maybe unlocking a second slot in the tavern, in the Guardian Ring, so that we can boost up our XP when we're being idle. And also we do need to open up these market slots at some point. We'll probably wait until there's an ancient shard or an armiger or something like that. Right, that's it guys. Good luck with the pulls. I will see you again very soon for another video. Take it easy. Peace.